What's going on, YouTube? I haven't done one of these in so long. It's a movie review. My first movie review on this desk, or sitting at this desk, and I wanted to do the movie review, my first movie review in a long time on this movie I recently seen called The Titan. It's a Netflix original film. It's starring my homeboy Sam Worthington, who also played and starred in the movie Avatar, which are about the big, tall bull people. Not to be confused with some people that affiliate the word Avatar with The Last Airbender, which was M. Night Shyamalan's shame. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm going to do this review bullet style. Basically, what that means is I'm going to do the non-spoilers in the beginning of the review. And then I'm going to do the spoilers at the end of the review. Alright? As a matter of fact, I'm going to have a picture about right here showing you the cover of the film. Alright, so basically, The Titan. It's about a military family that gets selected. The husband gets selected for a program that will genetically alter human DNA to make his body able to live on a moon, one of the moons of Saturn called Titan. Now, the reason for this is because the Earth is projected 10 years from where they're at, and they're way in the future. They're like at 2050, 2060, something like that. 2060 something. So 10 years in the future, they projected that the Earth will be inhabitable. Half the population will die because of overpopulation. Overpopulation has led to a lack of resources and just war, famine, hunger, and a lot of death. So basically, the track that the Earth is on right now, if we're being honest with ourselves and paying attention to what's going on. So instead of changing other planets to suit their or our biological needs, they decided to actually change the humans themselves to turn into something that's able to live on another planet that doesn't have the same atmospheric conditions. And one of the biggest atmospheric conditions that Titan has that they have to adapt to or they have to change to is that the majority, I believe, of the air is nitrogen, up to about 90% nitrogen, and then the oxygen is about less than 5%, which here on Earth, nitrogen is about, I believe, 85%, and oxygen is 15%. So it's a big increase in nitrogen. So they go on the base, and they go with like about 10 or 11 other candidates, husbands, and husbands and wives. There are some wives in there too that are in this program, and basically they were selected because they all showed a common trait in their past. They all showed a common trait in their past that they were able to survive harsh conditions or harsh trial or a harsh what's the word I'm looking for? A harsh. I forgot. The word escapes me, but they went through something harsh, a harsh ordeal or a harsh experience. There you go. I don't know why I couldn't think about that. They went through a harsh experience, very, very harsh. Typically, a human will break if they were a typical human would break if they went through that experience. But all of these candidates, the men and women that are in this program, actually went through a certain thing. And the main character is Sam Worthington, and Sam Worthington plays a guy named. Hold on, let me get you. I got the thing up so I don't botch any of these names. Sam Worthington plays a guy named Lieutenant Rick Jansen. That's the family that you follow him, and you follow what his wife and his son go through in this process and journey throughout the whole film. That's the person that you fully follow. The other families you see like snippets of it, but really you follow Lieutenant Rick Jansen and his family. And basically yada yada yada. They go through the process. They have to go through training. They show the slow evolution of him turning into what is considered the Titan. which is basically what he's called at the end of the movie because of the move they're going to. But overall, it was a good movie. I feel like it was different. I feel like it was ironic because Sam Worthington is used to playing or used to being involved with turning into aliens, if you will, to us. Aliens, if you will, to us that are big, strong, and blue. So it was ironic. The cast I felt was good. The supporting people that were also in the program I thought were good. I thought that the actual methods of what they did to change these people, I thought they were followable and not like just completely bogus to the point where like that really makes no sense at all. There's a lot of twists and turns. Well, it's not really a complicated movie to follow. Like there's some surprising factors or whatever. There's like one thing in the movie that you probably wouldn't know that was revealed by the doctor. Now Tom Wilkinson actually plays the head doctor or is the head of the program. And the program is led by NATO, and he's been in charge of the program, the head doctor, and he plays Professor Martin Collingwood. All right, he's the one that administers the program and actually selected the men and women in the armed forces that were able to participate in this program. So he did a good job. All the supporting cast did a good job. I feel like Natalie Emanuel, who plays the closest supporting cast member to Sam Worthington in the movie, because they show him and her, I think, the most. They do show him and her the most out of everybody out of the program. So she played a good job. She played Tally Rutherford. I hope I didn't botch that, but yeah, it was a good movie. It was different. It was interesting once he transformed into the actual Titan, actual creature, if you will, or the actual alien, if you will. It was interesting. I didn't expect what happened. So overall, it was a good movie. I thought the actual makeup work of how they looked as being the Titan was good, and I also like the actual base that they were in visually looked good. The training was realistic. You see some certain training that I feel like deep sea divers or Navy personnel will go through. So ultimately, it was real good. So now, this is the spoiler version. If you do not want to be spoiled, please exit the video right now. So, spoilers. You have this problem with them only following one family member in the whole movie. Like one family. Like, I feel like they should have spread it out because you only follow Lieutenant Rick Jansen and his family for the majority of the movie. You show little snippets, but I feel like it would have added a lot more depth into the movie if they showed more of the other family members and what they were going through. They only showed like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like they showed like, oh, they went through the same thing. They went through the exact same thing, maybe a little bit different. So they improved and helped out Lieutenant Rick Jansen about his problems. So I feel like just showing one family member and one lieutenant was a dishonor. Also, when they turned into the Titans, they became the ultimate fighting machines. Like they were able to, they turned into what they called Homius Titanus. That's what they called it. They called them Homius Titanus. All right, basically a new evolution of man. That's what they were calling it. That's what Professor Martin Collingwood, the head scientist of the whole operation, was calling it. Homius Titanus. And they were able to, when they touched people, they could have things come out of their fingers. I guess they could feel their emotions. And also, they were able to communicate with people of their same kind. Like, for example, Lieutenant Rick Jansen and Tally Rutherford were the only people that survived the whole experiment process. Like, the whole, like, surgery and everything like that. They survived and they both became the blue Homius Titanus. So there was one scene where she actually killed her husband. Tally Rutherford actually killed her husband. For whatever reason, they really didn't explain that. And she killed her husband, and everything was slowed down. And you see the process of her actually walking over to the house of Lieutenant Rick Jansen, and they did the little touchy-feely thing. I guess they were communicating, and he knew why he killed her. I guess they really didn't explain that part, but yeah, I thought it was interesting to see. Goddamn allergies. So yeah, that was interesting to see, and also they were the closest out of the whole all the candidates in the program. Like Lieutenant Rick Jansen actually helped her out, helped Tally out throughout whole the whole training process for becoming the Hobius Titanus. Like she had problems with the temperatures of the waters that they made them swim in, because that was the temperatures of the waters, or the same temperatures or similar temperatures of the water that they would be experiencing in Titan. And so, like, she had problems because it was too cold. He said mind over matter, which was something that he says throughout the movie, mind over matter, which I liked. And also just the emotional experiences that his wife went through, that basically shows what any typical wife would have problems with. Like, for example, the fact that your husband is basically shedding his skin, or the fact that your husband wakes up and his eyes start to bleed. Any typical female, or any typical wife, or any typical girlfriend, or any typical friend would be worried about that and have the same issues that she had with it. And she actually goes in and finds out what's going on, and basically the fact, or the surprising fact that everybody finds out is that in the beginning of the experiment, they were actually injected with an enzyme, right, that would genetically alter the DNA, basically like an animal. And that's why the side effects were such as they developed wings of a bat, and also another side effect was they developed gills, because they showed some of the candidates dying in the early stages of the training and of the process. And one of the ladies in the group, she died, but before she died, she sprouted gills. And a guy, one of the biggest guys in the group, one of the big, strong, like, Marines, Marines, big guy, he was actually the first one to change into, like, the beginning stages of Hobius Titanus. And he actually developed bat wings, because they don't show him, they don't show, like, his actual full body, but there's a scene where he throws his wife out of the window and kills her, and then he's walking through the house, and you see his shadow. You see that he's different, he's changed. Like, he looks like what Rick Jansen looks like at the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly like that. You can see the silhouette, right? We don't know if he's blue or not, or anything like that, but you can see that he changed, his muscle composition changed. And when he opens his arms, he has wings. You can see the silhouette, the wings under there. So it was interesting with that part too. And also the doctor, which the supporting doctor of the program, who wanted to stop. You know, you have to have that person that had like a little bit of morality, even though they're still continuing to do the messed up shit. They had that little bit of morality. The doctor, which is Dr. Freya Upton, she did a good job as well. She wanted to basically stop the program. She was being considerate about if all of them die, is it worth it? They were showing side effects that we didn't expect, and yada yada yada, and like, so she was good too. She, I thought she was gonna die, honestly, but she ended up not dying because of what she was willing. What she kept on doing with Dr. Martin Collingwood, or Professor Martin Collingwood. I thought Martin Collingwood was going to die, but he didn't die either. And basically, ultimately, the program, he said at the beginning, when he was talking to everybody about what they were going to go through, he basically said that all of these findings were approved and okayed by the scientists up in NATO or whatever. And it turns out that his methods of what he was trying to accomplish, they weren't approved at all. Because they didn't approve no enzyme that was going to change the DNA. Actually, they had a conference call with one of the professors from, or one of the doctors from NASA, and they were like, "We can't condone this. Like, your methods are heinous and unhumane." So, yeah, overall, it was a good movie, and you actually get to see him on Titan. You get to see Rick Jansen on Titan, all tightened up, look completely different, hardly talking. And at the end of the movie, you see him open his arms, and you see the bat wings spread out. And there's actually even like little bat wings that come on his neck. And he just jumps off and just soars over the water. You know what I'm saying? Because they were designing them to A, fly, and B, be able to swim the water. And they show them flying, which was pretty cool. All right, so maybe there might be a Titan 2. You never know. I feel like this is one of those movies that is like a one-time thing. But overall, it was a good movie, great movie. I give it an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10 because I wasn't interested in seeing this movie when I saw the trailer, but I was just curious. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's one of those movies I'll be surprised about. I was surprised about it. I give it an 8 out of 10. So post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys all thought about the movie, if you guys have seen the movie. If you enjoyed my reaction, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share if you have not subscribed or have not liked any of my videos yet, or have not liked the video yet. Also, hit the bell icon for my latest videos. Hit the bell icon for my latest videos so you guys know what I am posting. And this is my first review in a while, and I say I love it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.